Just like that. There we go. And there we go. All right. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing today? I am doing pretty good. Doing all right. Doing not so bad. Let me just, there we go. Yeah. Hello. Hi. Good to see y'all. We'll be getting started in just a minute or two, so that should all be all good. But how's everyone doing? How was everyone's week so far? Everyone doing all right? Hello. Gotta respond to. Ooh, so far so good. Adjusting standard time. Oh, time zones or changes, or you go somewhere? Yes. I was just at a hackathon coaching for 2 weekends straight, actually. So it's been a couple busy weekends over here. Before that, I was helping organize one of the hackathons here at my university. So that was that. But as for my like big Iceland trip, I leave on Thursday. So got. Oh yeah. I get that. I'm going through that right now, actually, because I was in Eastern time for the weekend, and then now I'm back here in Central, so it's a little minus 1 hour. Always a little bit fun. Ooh, that's early or late, depending on how you look at it. My sleep's been a little wonky. Don't do as I say, do as I do. Or no, don't do as I do as I say. Yes. Yeah, my sleep's been a little wonky personally, so that's been a little bit less fun, but we're making it work. Hello from New York. Sweet. What's happening here? That is an awesome question that I have an answer to. So we're going to go ahead and throughout this 2-hour stream and throughout the 2-hour stream that we have tomorrow, just going to go ahead and talk through building a personal website, a portfolio website, a resume website of some form. And at the end of it, hopefully we can, walk away with examples of our good resume websites or our bad resume websites, and also still have a good experience. We'll probably spend most of the stream today like chatting, talking pros and cons, discussing stuff like that. And then that is pretty much that there. And then on the stream next time, we'll go ahead and walk through hopefully some more stuff in the form of like building out a good personal portfolio website. The goal is to build out a personal portfolio. We're going to build out a personal portfolio website for a fake little student. So we'll do that, which is fun. Go ahead and pop this out here and here. But yeah, generally all of my streams, I like to keep them super interactive. So feel free to pop in, ask any questions at any time. I'll stop it and generally help answer, or we can chat about it throughout our stream. So yeah, we're going to start with a quick Google search. That's that. And so I'm just going to present my window here. And this is pretty chill, right? We've got this good examples of creating portfolio websites. If I can spell. Well, we'll be using chat later to generate our fake student for our fake website that we'll be able to make. So let's see. 19 best portfolio websites to fuel your inspiration. We can go ahead and take a look at these. Portfolio. Yeah, this is graphic design and visual communication. Okay. Brand and visual designer, especially in branding and UI UX. This one's cool. I like the O and the smiley face. That is cute. Yeah, visual language. 3 colors, geometric space, vector line icons, plenty of white space. Offering a fresh take on the... I know, it's very cool. Specializing in design, branding, and UI UX. Steve Wolf Designs. Well, this is another graphic design portfolio. more graphic design portfolios, which is not a bad thing, but they just, the benefit of graphic design is that you, like your artwork speaks for itself and your artwork pops. It's harder to achieve that when you are just, a techie or maybe techie adjacent. Um, I I have so many thoughts about this one. Oh my gosh. Okay. By experience. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Typhon photography, Anna Lavoie, Leovi probably. I like this one a decent amount. Okay, it doesn't let me see the other pages. So let's click on it here. Yeah, so it's just orange. I'm assuming that. Oh, it's just orange. Like this work. Ah, yes, I see the design portfolio. I do indeed. I like this. Very simple. Yeah, I personally, I can see this maybe like if you're a font designer or something very specific where, showing off multiple art styles like that is great. But for, sorry, for at least, oh, we should turn the music on. That's right. Let's turn the little music on. We'll do cinematic. That's a new one. So we'll add that in. But as I was saying, generally speaking, like Ryan's portfolio here, right? Like technically, yes, I can see all the buttons, and technically, yes, they all click, but there's too many things that my eye gets drawn to. Yeah. So it's adventures, rule breaking, and then his work. I think I would personally not go for this unless you really know what you're doing. But that's also important to know. A lot of these are for art and art folks here, which is also important to know, but something to keep in mind. Like Lena's here, or Lena's. Normally it would just look like a regular website, maybe especially until the background buffers. And it takes some time. I mean, this computer ain't nothing to scoff at. But generally speaking, once it, finishes buffering, we still have all of these images and all of these graphic designs and renders, which, don't get me wrong, are beautiful. But at the end of the day, like when we're creating something tech related, we don't have these, big pops of color, big images, big things, unless we're also designers and have design portfolios. But yeah, this part I really like though, like the photo in the background. The photo also crops well for the most part, like especially here, like you can barely tell it ends. Maybe on this side it'll be a little bit better, but end it a little bit further. But honestly, yeah, there's a start page, a work page, and about page. I think this one's very cool. Yeah, still interested. Read more and then contact. Cool. These are all arts. Art. So let's go. And, we took a look at some of, I would say, the best of artistic people. So we'll go with tech portfolio websites here. 25 web developers for the example to take inspiration from. So let's see. Charles here. Oh, it's in French. Okay. Wait, no. There we go. We're now in English. It's based on 11TY. Ben Myers.dev. Oh. Let's check out Myers.dev. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Human T-Rex, I like that. Streamed about the web. Available for stream, podcast, or meetup. Blogs. No, this is really cool. I like this a lot. It's pretty clear. Yes, streams. It's nice. It's pretty clear to see when he's doing stuff. Pretty easy to meet him. Macedonia. Social media. And then... Oh, this one's pretty cool. What do you say? Yeah, let's take a look at it. I mean, the whole point here is we're dropping inspiration. Rayco Digital. Let's see. Scalable APIs and web applications. 23-year-old back in leaning for fun from the Netherlands. Nice. Very cool. I like this. Oh, he got nominated for something. Oh, yeah. Rayco.digital for the awards. That's cute. Oh, looks great on mobile. Nice. Yeah, this is beautiful too, because like very easily, right? You can see the tech, right? And it's still a technology website, but it incorporates like little images and things to make it seem less stuffy, which is great. Yeah, look at that. Laravel, Elastic, Azure, Docker, Solidity, PHP.js, right? And then there's a work section, contact section, have linked in Instagram, which all makes sense. And then some of his other projects, he's got 3 highlighted like that, right? Bigger. And then smaller ones here. I also really like this. And then the Calendly invite is sick. The email and the LinkedIn, right? This is cool. Let's see. What else? This one's cool. Except the fonts are throwing me off. Actually, no, the fonts aren't throwing me off that right. But I do like the blob font. Can't really tell what is going on here. Okay. So this is all, I would say, like more portfolio-based tech, but still really good. This is all UI UX. At least here, so that's a cool one. Like these two. Bruno Simon. That's a lot of 3D stuff. Very impressive, though. Okay, Ian. Cool. I like the black on black one with the blobs. It's something like that too distracting. I think it's really important when you consider how you do the blobs and how you do things like this. At least for me here, like, yeah, there's blobs in the background and there's some interaction in the background of the screen, but it's still pretty easy for me to be like, hey, you know, even in French, right? I'm like, I have all the info. This is Charles. We call him Charlie. That's because I know very basic French, but yeah, graphic designer, UX UI designer, and web front-end developer. Projects, more stuff, right? And when we get to the websites that have more stuff on them, right, there's less stuff on them. So then we get, you know, a resume. Ooh, a nice little segue to our workshop on, we'll reload it into English. But this will be a nice little segue to our workshop on tomorrow, because I'm running 2 workshops tomorrow, just in case you missed me. But we'll be doing 2 workshops. So yeah, it looks like he does a wide variety of different work experience, a wide variety of, different things, skills, right? Well, we'll talk about whether this is good resume, bad resume. For what it's worth, you can very clearly tell that it aligns with the website, which is awesome. So there's that, right? This is another one that's pretty cute. Takes advantage of scroll. And then some of the projects in there, pretty easy to see. No photos here, right? But still just a good way of filling up the space. No matter what, some interaction with colors and screens like that, right? Can pop in these things. You got email, GitHub. I'm assuming this is it's NPM JS. His website link, right? Things like that. This is pretty simple, but very cool. So yeah, super cool. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, if anyone has a website that they like or dislike for any particular reason, we can maybe talk about it. Let's see, Brittany here. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Brittany here. We have accessible, inclusive products and digital experiences for the web, right? It's pretty simple. Walks through her, or I'm gonna say there because I don't know. Talks through their experience. So it's like building software for an advertising agency, startup, a student-led design student, a huge corporation, building projects for Upstatement, releasing online video course, for everything we need to know to build a web app with the Spotify API. When I'm at my computer, I'm usually upcoming, hanging out with my wife and 2 cats. I'm running around here looking for Korok seeds. Oh, so cute. And you come over and change this little font. It's so fun. But yeah, you can see this one has very much more her big experience, right? So it'll be like, oh, this is Upstatement. Oh, this is where she worked on, when she worked at Apple, right? It says she worked specifically at Apple Music and links to Apple Music. And it talks through and it links to some of the things that she did and links to relevant articles, right? Links to her relevant experience. So this is one that's you can see experience comes first and then you get the projects. And then there's a full project archive, and then it looks like she's also got some blog posts. But there's all of the projects, This is Vanderbilt. Okay, you know what? But yeah, that's a great example of someone, right? Harvard Business School design system, Philadelphia Inquirer sports scoreboards, and she can talk through how she does certain things, right? So for context, are Threadable, you can see, right? Her work is very easy to see even in the bigger list, right? But she's got some that she highlights here specifically. That's her website. Not to mention that she also talks about different versions of her website. I've seen this before. I've totally seen this one before, which is great. But yeah, some few technologies have been working with recently. I'm pretty sure I've used something like this in the past. I'm pretty sure I used her template actually for one of my first personal websites. It's cool to see that she's also evolved it, right? So that's awesome. And then Jack here, right? Matt, Lauren. I like this one, right? It's work, about, contact. Boom, boom, boom. All right. This is lots of projects to showcase. All right, nice. Denikin here. I want to see this one. Looks, interesting. project lens, articles, contact me, see more about me, engineering, product design, center design, data structures, playlist. So this is very fun. And then his projects. So he's got more photos for the project, which makes sense for this more photographic layout, but it gets harder when, there's no photos or they're maybe not loading, right? It looks like for all of them, he's pretty much got photos, for better or for worse, but he's got projects, dev tools, open source design, right? And then he's got a whole design portfolio as well. So like this is, people that have got lots of things going on that are overall quite impressive. But they can be fantastic resources to get started. And then, these two are, this is Brittany's version 4, but let me go back to the new Brittany one, right? Like things like this are relatively loosely designed Figma code and Visual Studio Code with yours truly, built with Next.js and Tailwind CSS. Applied to Versal, all text is set in the intertext. It was a little hard to see back then. For a different site, go back in time. That's so fun. I'll go on this one. Right, things like that are just like very fun, very, very fun. This one's really cool. Right, you can click from light mode to dark mode pretty quickly. There's that. So love that. Lots of very cool projects here. Wait, this one's so cute. Look at the little, he's so cute. Right? Front-end engineer have launched and startups launch and grow their products, right? So he talks through some of the stuff he uses. Showroom. Details featured. So that is where he posts his blog posts. Makes sense. Very cool. This one's still fun. And a little bit more like, work right more in the context. Sweet. And then we've got more of these. Super fun. No, go back. Sit here. Yeah, oh nice. You can see your foot on the bottom. That's really cool. Oh nice. And then creative developer. Very cool. Very cool. Nice. 22. Go back. 22. I haven't seen it. I look at the 3D ones, knowing full well, like at the very least with 2D ones, I have a delusion of grandeur that I can make something like it sometimes. But with versions like that, I'm like, there's no way. But let's see it. Jesse's Ramen. Start. Whoa! It's so fun. Project. Nice. Very cool. We put the photos, right? Taking advantage of that. Got the articles, which link to Medium. About me, I want to. Nice. There's tons of stuff. And then credits too. So how he made this. Nice. Very, very cool. Alright, sweet. Well, let's go ahead and try and, I know, right? It's beautiful. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and figure out you know, right? Especially if their online tools and everything are words are hard. What was I saying? Is you can go ahead and, like, you know, Wix will be like, gather some inspiration, choose a template, showcase your best projects, include the right features, right? Stuff like that. But like whenever we've got something like this, you know, which will talk you through the whole process here, which is very fun. Free Code Camp is a fantastic resource. Generally, at the beginning of 2021, I decided to revamp my portfolio website as I do every other year. But yeah. And then it talks through the whole setup process, how to get everything right. This is more like for hosting platforms, right? How to host a static portfolio of HTML and CSS. GitHub Pages is a fantastic resource for hosting static websites, right? Which most portfolios, number 22, I'll link it. Jesse's Ramen here. This is a little ramen shop. But yeah, so let's see here. But GitHub Pages are best suited for static websites and how to build it, right? You can go in for context, go look at my GitHub page, right? So this is what my GitHub page looks like, right? Talks through some of my experiences here and has links to all of my projects, right? And then a link to my resume, which just takes you to a Google Sheet. But it goes ahead and links to like my LinkedIn, my GitHub, my email. I get stuck on this. My name is so long, so I'm never sure if I should use my full name as a domain name or not. Thoughts? So I use my full name as a domain name. I have what? How many letters do I have? I've got 8 first name, and I think, can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I've got an 18-letter name, so I feel you on that. Sometimes I'll use a nickname in my like for a lot of, like, I would say, like, especially in like MLH world now, I use Kari for a lot of things, right? Like, I'm still usually, when applying for jobs or, you know, like looking for stuff, I go by Carolina, but for a lot of like MLH stuff that's slightly less formal, I go by Kari. So like my portfolio website, which is at this point I think about a year old, you can see that like the URL is, well, what I made my GitHub, because that's the way that GitHub Pages works. But it was right, like my it's the way that GitHub Pages works. But like it totally would be fair to go for a shortened name, if that makes sense. So I think it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. I use my last name only for privacy reasons, but I guess that doesn't matter much if my full name is in the portfolio. I think that it, you know, certainly depends. Like, there's a lot of things, like, you know, like, for example, when I'm streaming, I tend to keep relatively private, right? Like, even if I don't shout it out explicitly, you know, you can find some information about me. There's some information that is very clearly not on my personal portfolio or, you know, in public facing things for various reasons. Totally valid to use your last name only if you've got, you know, a non-popular last name. But if your last name's Johnson, you know, you might have a little bit of a tougher time. But out of context, let's see if I could buy, you know, let's go to let's go to GoDaddy registry, right? If I try and search for a domain, right? I want just my last name, right? So we'll pop that in, for example, and yeah, right. Like it's it's looking like it's, you know, apparently $4,000 for my last name .inc. But this one is taken. My last name.com is taken. So, which is it taken by me? I don't even know. But in either way, like, what I'm saying though is that like, can get it misspelled for just 1 cent. But like you can see here that there's different things that it helps with, and it's tells you, like, even on GoDaddy, you'll be like, hey, this is great because it's 15 characters or yes, and it contains popular keywords. So if I now try and do my full name, right, it might be like, this is way too long, which it is probably correct, right? It'll be like, the main name contains popular keywords and could be mine right now. That's yeah, this one is 15 characters or yet less, and it's saying that it's uses the .com extension. So actually, I know the story behind this one, and that is that you can just go ahead and try and register like a extension. There's a like official process to doing it, and so there's tons of different ones that you can register, like, you know, ones that would make sense. .club, .shop, .life, clearly, .gov, .us, you know, any country really. But yeah, there's also fun ones like .coach, .fun, .sucks, right? Something like that, which is really funny. But like, let's say we're gonna go for, I don't know, like, I'm gonna go for we're gonna ask chat. Help me come up with a good fake name for this, for a quick quote. Eleanor Swift, sure. Eleanor Swift, right? We'll go with that. And we can have, you know, we'll be like EleanorBeauty.com for some reason, but Eleanor Swift sucks, and Eleanor Swift beauty app, Eleanor Swift charity, Eleanor S. Jones, Eleanor Swift Designs, for example, right? That one's shorter. That's Eleanor E. Stuff like that, xyz.agency.fun website. But that's a little bit, yeah, so you can pretty much, anyone can register a .xy or like a blah 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 domain name. So that's kind of how those came about, and now you can do that. Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, at least, like, you know, when you compare it, at least like 10 years ago, I can't remember, like, I feel like the only websites that we really saw were .com, .gov, maybe .us, and .org. And even now we're expanding, right, where like different ones are helpful. The .sucks. I could see it for, you know, something funny, like you're trying to put together something that sucks and you're like blank .sucks. Maybe like a joke website for a friend or something along those lines, right? So, but yeah, deploying your site. My goodness. How to start building a portfolio site. So it talks through text .sucks. At the very least, I can't click on it, so there's that. But don't worry too much about it. But yeah. Custom domains. This is a great time to talk. Like, MLH offers a wide variety of custom domains like during hackathons. So if you participate in member events, it's a great chance you'll have access to a free domain of some form for at least a year, which is helpful when you're trying to build out your personal branding, if you will, right? HarryPotter.gg apparently doesn't exist. And then I hate when Medium articles are locked behind the paywalls. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, yeah, GitHub Student Pack gives you one free domain on Namecheap, which is great. So there's that. Now that we've gathered some inspiration, I think it'll be a good time to go and take like a 10-ish minute break. Ooh, we can talk about picking out a domain name when we come back. But we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna get some water, stretch my legs for a bit, and then we'll be right back. So let me add in the little banner that's like, well, now we'll be starting in 10 minutes. Coming back soon. Yeah, we'll do coming back soon. And then I'll swap out the music. But feel free to keep chatting in the meantime. And when we come back, we'll start with picking a good domain name. And we're back. Let me see here. Hello. Welcome back, everyone. So yeah. Tons of really good questions in the chat. And we'll talk through it for a bit. Picking a domain name was stressing me out. I know it's supposed to be my turn or marker. Can change it relatively easily, or is that set in stone? I can't change it without purchasing a new one. That's correct. I used to use 000, 000 web hosts, and I never picked a proper domain because of that. I could never use my old one. I like Namecheap. Namecheap's good. MLH has partnerships with .tech and the GoDaddy registry for hackathons. So sometimes throughout events, you'll have the opportunity to grab some free domain codes. Picked my own whim. It's my last name with design. I mean, I still haven't really chosen one, so maybe we'll do that today. At least if you like the name, you don't have problems. It's just if you want to change names and host companies. Yep, and yep. After the year, which I have the opportunity to switch it out, you can purchase as many as you want. And then that's good to hear. And then people buy domain names and flip them for higher prices. It's wild. Not me, but I do know folks who do that. Yeah. I mean, even when we go to earlier when we're looking at GoDaddy registry, right? We can go ahead and click in here, right? This is Carrier from MLH. My favorite website name here, right? Carrier from MLH sucks. Okay. But MLH.co, right? Let's say MLH wanted to expand out of MLH.io into MLH.co, right? Then I could buy this MLH domain name and then be like, hey, MLH, do you want to buy it from me? But it probably won't. Carrier.xyz is $28,000. Crazy. MLH.info is only $8,000. But Carrier from MLH.art is $499. So things like that. Sort of AI domain search. Let's try this. I want to make a personal portfolio website as a student in technology. You know what I should do? I should swap the banner so this doesn't say coming back soon. It says questions again. Ask me questions in the chat. BrainyCoder.com. Interesting. So I could claim BrainyCoder. Yeah. BrainyCoder.com is only 1 cent. First year only 3-year term and then $21.99. Yeah. I know. Yeah. So that's how we would get started with hosting. Then naturally when we're on something like GitHub, we would be able to build out our personal portfolio, right? So I had if we go in here, get this guy. This is my little personal portfolio, right? Which is pretty much, it starts with project, just an index.html file that I know I took from a template. Project, which each project has its own HTML file, which generally sticks to this template here, but does talk through some of the differences and assets, right? For CSS, it has a styling file, JS files, has my photo, looks so cute, and then my main files here. So I didn't know this was a thing. I guess it makes sense, but that's crazy. I mean, yeah, it makes sense because people are gonna want to buy their username back. Out of the 7, how many? It's limited to what? 9,900. It used to be limited to 9,999 users, right? So there was 9,999 Karis at one point. I remember because I tried to just register a second account with Kari, and it was telling me there were too many of them. So like out of those, there's one Kari that's left. Is your template open sourced? It actually is. You can find it right here. But yeah, this is what it looks like. What I like, there's a couple things I don't like about it, like from previous perspectives. Like I like this page, it's pretty chill. I like this page, it's fun. I wish there was a border on the image. Like that's super minor, but like I wish there was a border around the image was the same color. I missed that necklace, it broke. Also my hair looks so good in that photo. Besides the point. And then we've got, work experience, right? Things that I've done, projects, and my resume, like we mentioned. So let's try and we're gonna make a fake website for somebody. So we're gonna try and do it on GitHub here. We'll make we'll do it for Eleanor Swift here. We'll call it Swift website. I can't spell. And this will be a personal website. Made for Eleanor Swift, our Hack Week November character for showing portfolio building. Right, we'll do that. We'll create one, pop it in. It is 9,999 instances, or it was, right? Because it's like it was the hash and then the 4 numbers. Which just puts in a scale how many things there are. RGH of our character for showing portfolio building. So we'll do that. Create this repository, and we're here. Oh, I should set up Copilot. I really should. I shouldn't need to buy Copilot though. I should have free Copilot because I'm a student. Oh, so sad. Did they get rid of that? Did they get rid of free Copilot for students? That would suck. But I could deal with that later. Okay, so let's think about, sometimes another place that I like to look for inspiration for websites is on GitHub, right? So if I'll go best portfolio websites, GitHub, right? We have something like that. Then it's, things like that are a little bit more helpful. Create a dynamic portfolio just by providing your GitHub username. Whoa. That's really cool. Let's see it. Yeah. That would explain it. Silly little GitHub. Yeah, a beautiful portfolio Jekyll theme that works with GitHub Pages, for example, right? So this is one that could be easy to start with. I like GitHub themes because they're usually easier to incorporate into existing interesting. They're easier to modify if you know programming, right? Yeah, this is the website that I remember I used partially for my own. That was the main part that I liked. I ended up removing a lot of the things in that side. Oh, Hugo. This one's pretty. Yeah, this is like an academic website. It's cool. I remember this one. I liked this one a lot when I was first doing research. Look at all these contributors. I like that with the little guy. All of these. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. I want to figure out what this is. I'm curious now. This must have just me digging around. Oh, okay. So I just have to probably re-add in my like university's email and stuff like that because this GitHub account is old. Um, but yeah, so there's that. But course sheet items, production, achievements, logs, talks, cool stuff. Very nice. But yeah. And then we've got the master portfolio. This one could be a good one to set up, right? It would help you change everything, which is very helpful. Are there any downsides to using a template if you're a front-end developer? I think you generally have to ask yourself how much time you have to develop the website versus how much time you how much time you have to develop the website versus like what other projects you have on your mind. At least for me, I don't do primarily mobile development, right? I don't do primarily web development. Mostly make mobile apps, right? So like for me, the trade-off of using mostly a template and swapping it around was a better call than and also I made a decent amount of changes to it, right? Removed a lot of stuff that I did not personally like as much. Love the way that resumes work and things like that. But at the very least, like starting with the baseline for me was a better call than trying to develop something completely from scratch. Just because of like time constraints too, right? Like if I am someone that here like in my professional or my collegiate life, if you will, right? I've got classes, I've got homework, I've got coaching, I've got all of these fun things to do. And things like personal websites tend to fall to like the bottom of the priority list, which for better or for worse, right? Which does mean that I tend to kind of vary what I need to do with and what I need to do specifically. There we go. There's one of my other projects. I have to work on that once we're done here. But this might be irrelevant. It is not. What would you recommend filling your portfolio with? Big projects, small ones, or even if you just borrowed something together on your own with some help? Um, for me, I mean, we can go to my own website, right? And I can talk through it. So at least for me, if we go to my project page, and keep in mind this website is about a year old, so I made this section before I started working at MLH. Um, Although some of the projects in here happened after I started working at MLH. So like the projects I kept in here for specific reasons. This is one of my first mobile projects, which is why it stayed in here. This is one of like I would say like the project that made me discover I really wanted to do like mobile development, so I keep it in here. This project I keep in here because it's honestly, why is it called test? I found a bug in my own website. Well, let's swap it out. Anyways, I was saying, before I found that, at the very least for me, when that was in Soba, right? I keep that like Soba. Yes, technically I have more impressive projects, right? But I keep it in there because it showcases some of my web development ability. It showcases my commitment to hackathons. And it overall is a good project that summarizes, oh, I don't just do mobile, right? So I keep it in there for that reason. Sleepy Time is one of my first, Sleepy Time is my first coach app. So Sleepy Time is a project initially created to improve my exposure to basic technologies that evolved into a rapid application to design and develop it into different part streams. We trained a sleeping schedule data set to determine optimal bedtimes and create an application for users to supercharge their sleep. Users can enter that. And then we use Create ML to create and train a natural language processing model. The NLP model allows us to create entries for a sleep journal, which took into account how we rated our sleep and provide a positive, negative, neutral sleep rating using emojis. Application also allowed us to enter more information about their specific sleep. That makes no sense. Sorry, what are you saying? But like that is a great example of like a way that I laid out like this project. I did it first as like a solo learning thing, and then I did it on stream. So I did not really put in more than like 10 hours total into it. But I keep it in here because it showcases my ability to work with technologies that are related to the things that I'm mainly interested in. Right? We're still seeing Swift UI. We're still seeing this being a mobile application, but it also showcases that, hey, in addition to that, I have an exposure to artificial intelligence, and I have an exposure to natural language processing. And then that is why I keep that on there, right? And I also keep it with links, so people can use that. The application also allows users to enter more information about their specific sleep, including their own emoji. That sounds a lot better. So even things like that, right? You haven't run through your website in a while, you might not be seeing the things that are wrong with it. But this is an example of like a website like Soba. I don't have the GitHub link for some reason, even though I should, right? Rude Awakening, for example, is owned by my high school. So I can't have the GitHub link to it. SAC is private because it deals with patient data. Can't have the link to it, right? So instead, like projects like Sleepy Time, since they can be open sourced and are public, that's one of the reasons why I keep it on there. Same with like the clothing CNN, which I could definitely replace this project now, right? That I've got 5 or 6 more months of experience. But this project, right, like it says GitHub, currently private because it was made for a class. Can't publicize it, for example, right? But instead, right, we've got a listing on the App Store, so it goes there. Which, by the way, I'm so proud of this guy. It's so cute. yeah, let me drop the link to my personal website here if anyone here is interested in browsing, and also into the actual GitHub repo here. That might be more helpful. But yeah, so like, you can get a lot of things out of, like, if you're starting completely from scratch, you can learn a lot of things from just diving in, right? So if we go to our fake Eleanor Swift's website, if you will, and we were to go ahead and get started with something, right? So let's do setup basic GitHub pages, which we'll just go ahead and do this real quick, right? So go ahead and do this, create a repository for my site. Yes. It has to be, I didn't follow the conventions. I do this too often. No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. So, creating a repository for your site, yes. And GitHub activate on your site repository, confirm a publishing source. Main will be fine as the entry file for your site. So can I creating your site, configuring the publishing source, Jekyll build errors, yes, GitHub pages. So basic, we'll do another Google search. This will be basic Google or GitHub. Right, simple GitHub pages template, something like this. Simple portfolio template to get you up and running quickly. Something like that, right? For better or worse. Or there's that one. You just go to pages, wait, just rename the repo first. Yeah. Because we already have, I'm pretty sure because we already have, because I already have like a personal website that I would be like, GitHub pages basic template. Yeah, there we go. Something like this, right? Architect. So how do I use it today? Yes. So add Jekyll into GitHub page. Yep. So we've got GitHub pages. Yeah, Octo repo. There we go. I knew I didn't miss it. Okay, so in your repository name, click settings. Then click on pages. Then click on GitHub Actions or a branch probably. Main will be main root, save, and then we can add a Jekyll theme too, right? Like, just by default too, like, GitHub Pages comes with all of these, and I remember I used one of these to make my very first, personal website. Right? Like, you can see, like, it's not the most beautiful page, but it gets the job done. Dinky theme. We've got Hacker. Ooh. See, Hacker's fun. Pages. Merlot. This one looks like a slide PowerPoint deck, which is why I don't like it as much. Midnight theme. Stuff like that, right? So this is a great way to get started. This is a writer's one. This is minimal. And there's that. So yeah, make a new branch in Eleanor Swift, then should be good, and deploy the GitHub page from the Eleanor Swift branch. That's what I thought too. I should just be able to deploy it from main though, I think. At least that's maybe what I do on my personal site. Let's find out. We should probably figure that out. Yeah, just deploy from main. Should work. Let's see. If we go to our profile. Yeah, I mean, true, but I think for the purposes of this, it can have my name in it. Especially because, like, ideally we would redirect it so that it would instead go to your own URL that you'd create. I think generally, yeah. GitHub has some Surf or Coast available for pages if you'd like to use a static site generation like Next.js, Astra, or even regular static pages. Awesome. I can't copy links, unfortunately, out of chat, which is so frustrating. Or I kind of can, but it's very, very difficult. So we're gonna go GitHub Actions, Starter, Workflows. Yeah, this looks like it. Directory structure, variables. Nice. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, it's everything for GitHub Actions, repositories, everything up for usage. Which is very fun. The GitHub Insider packages. Yeah, security, code spaces. I do like code spaces. Copilot, code research issues, discussions. Yes. All right, cool. Well, pages. Nice. That's a lot of people. That's why what's set up. Building a blog, the project structure, stuff like that. So this could be really helpful if you're trying to build out the website. I'm trying to think, you might start on our fake little, the actual coding of our fake little Eleanor website on tomorrow's stream, because we've only got about 40 minutes. But also that should be enough time that we can probably get started. I'm just trying to put it off. My profile. So let's see here. Let's also add this link in here. So, let's see here. I'll just create a README file. That is that commit changes created. Something like that for now. Hypothetically, it should attempt to deploy this page, but we'll see whether it actually does it. That is important. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So this is the website. So beautiful. So this is a great way to start building out a website, because now we have a README file, and all the README file does is does that, right? But if we were to say, add in some markdown, do this, some example markdown for testing purposes. Right? We were to do something like this, it'll recompile, and then all of those changes will be shown on the README accordingly, which is very fun. Once it rebuilds itself here. And a lot of the stuff, like I mentioned, comes with the GitHub Student Developer Pack, which is great. Yeah, in the meantime, now would be a great time for any questions. Anyone has any? Had a pretty good interactive stream, so I'd love to hear more from y'all. Now it should show some markdown with the italic text. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break because I need it. But once we're done with that, we'll try and figure out how to add some themes into here. And I'll be right back. All right. Welcome back. Here we are. Let's see here. Can you help me come up with? Just realizing that this is working. Can't see the bottom. Or no, it's just me who can see the bottom. Never mind. Come up with some prompts, some information about that would go on her personal website. Looking for things like work, experience, technical projects, extracurriculars, and correct university, and should not relatively standard level of experience for an aspiring software engineer in their second year of university. Something like that. Okay, there we go. Let's add this in here. Oh, also, before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and drop the check-in link. Drop the check-in link for this event. If you have not yet gotten the chance to check in, you should do that now. And that should be great. So, love that. Very, very fun. I just found out that my class for tomorrow got canceled, which is quite nice. So let's copy this guy and we'll go ahead in here. Digital space. Science. Tech Solutions, Summer 2023. Development Tech Innovators Club. Well, she just started school, so she's what class? She's a sophomore. She's class of 2026, technically. So we'll say 2022, 2023. Call it, I don't know. Help me come up with a good university. Harmony. No. Technova University. Less tech focused. Meadowbrook. Great. We'll use that. At Meadowbrook. Sorry. Meadowbrook University. And then, so we've got this, right? Which we should swap it around, but pop it in here just for now. Right? And now it'll ideally redo its magic, if you will. There's that. We've got a bunch of things that are loading, doing their thing. So now, let's figure out how to add in a template. How to add in a template to pages. Let's set it up. Let's try and add in a little thing here. So we'll add in, create a new file, right? And then it will be this one. Commit changes, create it, push. And we'll let it do its thing. Let's see here. Okay, so supposedly it should be deployed. Let's go to our GitHub page. Noise. Aha. So there you go. This is what it looks like. For now, right? So this is a super basic one where we can edit it. This is Eleanor Swift, right? And then we would have one sentence for Eleanor to place on her site. So we'll do something like this. Don't need commas, so, and then I usually like to do not any specific tense, and a commitment to hackathon participation, just like that. So we'll do that. We'll update that, right? And that should change the, here, should swap it. So we can go ahead and take a look at her updated info. But this is a great way to like do very basic development, right? We haven't even we don't even have an ID. We haven't forked anything, or we haven't like cloned anything. It's just us developing, right, in the GitHub pages, in GitHub itself, which is great. It's very beginner friendly and relatively easy to get started. So now that we've got two bios, right, so we can see like, okay, how would we modify this, right, for it to flow more like a resume maybe. So we get rid of this bio. We do education up there. that, right? And then we would do something like, you would include other information like the expected graduation date, and generally there are things like that, but I'll go ahead and pop it in. And now we can see that when we set up a site with Jekyll, we can add a theme. See the supported themes. We'll pick one that makes sense for her. Tactile. Not really. Slate. Slate is our best option so far, I think. We can do modernist. Let's see this one. We've got minimal. We already have. So when we already have minima, there's just the blog post one. Midnight. I think I liked Hacker. That's the one I liked from earlier, right? Yeah, Hacker. So let's see here. How would you? Okay, we'll keep Hacker theme open. So we'll keep all of these open. Close everything else. Except for one thing that we still need, which is the support themes. We'll do. Should we go back here? Yeah. Jekyll theme Hacker. So we in here, right? We pop in to the config. Instead of minimal, we do Hacker. It'll let it do its thing. And we'll go ahead and watch the difference, right? So this is the current way that it looks. We'll let it load, let it do its magic. Just check for this little green guy. Green checks. There's also how we find out about any errors. And we'll let it take a second to. Aha! There we go. This is now our new website. Sweet. So, what we could talk about next stream, so tomorrow, is we'll talk about how to add in like new pages within GitHub Pages, how to do generally just spice this up so it's not an extended resume list. And then from there, we will go ahead and talk about how to spruce this up for the long term. So maybe make some of those websites that you're seeing around generally. Those require, web development skills and experience and time and effort, but nonetheless are generally helpful. So I think it's a good thing for us to end on here. I'm going to go ahead. I forgot to turn off the banner, but I'm going to go ahead and put on this Ask Any Questions in the chat here. And then let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and hang out for another 10 or so minutes. And just let y'all ask any questions that you might have. But yeah, thank y'all so much for coming. And it was exciting to hop back into Global Hack Week. I've had a very long day today. I just flew back from a different hackathon very early this morning. But time to go take a shower, relax, get some sleep, some more sleep. My class on Monday got canceled, or my class tomorrow got canceled, which is lovely. And I'm looking forward to that. But looking forward to a little bit of extra sleep tomorrow because I'll just get to hop in straight to my only class of the day, which will be really nice. And then I should just be able to head on from there. I should just be able to head on rock climbing, do more streams, finish up one of my projects. But yeah, this was a great stream. Looking forward to your next ones. Catch up on sleep tomorrow. We'll cancel class. Will do. Definitely planning on it. But yeah, we'll have part 2 from, let me post this. Part 2 is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. EST. I've got a whole conversion schedule here, which is, right? Yeah. So this is hacking the technical interview. So that's, feels off about that conversion, but I might just be tripping. No, yeah, so that is part 2, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. PST, which is then 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Feel free to hang out and ask any other questions, or if you just want to stay and chat. We'll see what do we got next. I think we've got, we are likely done for the night, but we'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be back tomorrow with more streams before break time. And then, part 2, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. GMT. And then that is, what is that? IST, mental resource. That is 2:30 a.m. And to 4:30 a.m. IST. And then we've got another stream, which is hacking the perfect resume, which will be taking place from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. EST, which is 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. GMT, and then should be like 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. IST. So yeah, those are the 2 streams I've got coming up. Lovely for y'all to join me. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm gonna just let this run for a second while I stay and hang back for any other questions. We'll add the music. Spice up the music for the end of the stream. It's very fun. So yeah, part 2, 4 p.m. 6 p.m. EST, and these are both tomorrow. And then should be tomorrow for pretty much everyone at this point. And then hacking the perfect resume, same thing. But yeah, really, really excited to see y'all there. Looking forward to having y'all join me. Don't forget to check in at the following link. It's in the chat from earlier, so you can earn your swag points, so you can be the coolest Global Hack Week career attendees ever. And besides that, I will see y'all in the next one, and look forward to having y'all join me. Swift challenge question. If someone's new to Swift, say you're doing the Swift challenge. Oh yeah. So are you talking about the Swift Student Challenge? The Swift Student Challenge is a really fun way to like explore Swift playgrounds and like make an app. They have been like super impressive though. They've just announced it, I think, so with a February submission deadline. I think something like that. Yeah, applications open in February 2024 for 3 weeks. But yeah, it's a great way to get involved in making Swift. It has to be a Swift playground, so you don't even have, as long as you have an iPad or a Mac, you should be able to run it. And then there's tons of great resources to get started, which is super fun. Like they have a whole section on how to build stuff out, talk through Swift Playgrounds, the app design workbook, and generally make it pretty accessible. So yeah, definitely recommend. The only thing you have to be is 13 years or older and enrolled in school or have graduated in the last 6 months from high school with a acceptance letter. So yeah. When it's 13 plus. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Yeah, just go for it. It'll be really fun. I've participated in a Swift Student Challenge before with one of my apps. And then back when I was in high school, we had a student make it to like, I'm pretty sure the top 50. And that was very fun. He got flown into California and everything. It was in like 2018 though. So I don't remember all the details, but it was very fun. So I highly recommend. Yeah, you have to create a Swift application, but it's not just a Swift application. It has to be a Swift playground, which is a specific type of Swift application that doesn't just run on like, the best way to explain it doesn't just run on iOS devices. It can run on like iPads, which it makes it a great tool for educators, which is really cool. Yeah, they tend to focus on like educational concepts and also making it relatively low barriers to entry because developing for iOS can be relatively high barrier, honestly. But yeah, awesome. Any other questions I can answer? I would love to. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up for the night, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for dropping that link in the chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera off for a bit, but let y'all hang on for a little bit longer. Yes, thank you. Everyone have a great rest of your day, wherever you happen to be in the world, and I will see y'all in the next one.